Every photo tells a story, but some images capture moments just seconds before everything changed forever. These are not just pictures. They are the final moments of lives the world would soon lose. Welcome to Untold Lives. This photo was taken just minutes before tragedy struck, and the man in it would be gone forever before the night ended. Captured after a boxing match in Las Vegas, this image shows Tupac Shakur walking out of the MGM Grand, unaware that this would be the final photograph ever taken of him alive. On September 7, 1996, Tupac Shakur attended the Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand with Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight. After the match, a heated altercation broke out in the hotel lobby. Security cameras later showed Tupac and his group confronting another man. Moments later, Tupac and Suge Knight were seen leaving the MGM Grand. That moment was frozen in time, a photograph capturing Tupac alive for the last time. As they drove down the Las Vegas Strip, a car pulled up beside them at a red light, and gunfire erupted. Tupac was hit multiple times. 6 days later, Tupac Shakur died from his injuries. He was only 25 years old. This photo doesn't show fear, it doesn't show danger, it shows a normal moment, which makes it even more haunting. One image, one night, one life lost forever. This photo was taken just 12 hours before the world lost one of the greatest legends of all time. What you're seeing is Michael Jackson rehearsing for his comeback tour, full of energy, smiling, focused, unaware that these would be the final hours of his life. On June 24, 2009, Michael Jackson was rehearsing at the Staples Center in Los Angeles for his highly anticipated This Is It tour. Witnesses said he looked sharp, confident, and excited about returning to the stage. Cameras captured him singing, dancing, and directing his crew, just like the legend the world knew. After rehearsal ended late that night, Michael returned home to rest. Less than 12 hours later, emergency services were called to his residence. On June 25, 2009, Michael Jackson was pronounced dead at the age of 50. This photo is haunting because it shows no warning, no fear, no sign of what was coming. Just hours separated this moment from a global tragedy. One image, one rehearsal, one legend lost forever. And this is just one of the photos taken just before tragedy struck. This photo was taken as he was heading home, but he would never arrive. This is the last known image of Bob Marley, captured just days before his life was cut short, at only 36 years old. In 1981, Bob Marley, the voice of reggae and a symbol of peace, was battling cancer that had spread throughout his body. Despite his failing health, Marley made one final decision: to return to his homeland, Jamaica. This photograph shows him during that journey, calm, dignified, and unaware that his body would not allow him to complete the trip. Before reaching home, Bob Marley's condition worsened. He was rushed to a hospital in Miami, Florida. On May 11, 1981, Bob Marley passed away in that Miami hospital. The man who sang about freedom, love, and redemption never made it back to the land he loved most. This image captures more than a moment. It captures the end of a legend and the beginning of an immortal legacy. And this is just one of the photos taken just before tragedy struck. This photograph captures Muhammad Ali, taken on May 22, 2016, during a FaceTime call with his daughter Hannah. Ali was admitted to the hospital on June 2, 2016. Muhammad Ali wasn't just a champion in the ring. He was a global icon. After years of brutal fights, Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a condition linked to repeated head trauma from boxing. In this final image, Ali appears calm and dignified, but his body was quietly failing him. Though his voice had softened and his movements slowed, his presence remained powerful. He continued to make public appearances, reminding the world of his courage, faith, and strength. On June 3, 2016, Muhammad Ali passed away at the age of 74. This photo doesn't capture defeat. It captures resilience. A man who fought the world and changed it forever. One image, one legend. A legacy that will never fade. And this is another photo taken just before tragedy struck. This is the last known photograph of Whitney Houston. It was taken as she left an event in Los Angeles 2 days before she tragically passed away in a hotel bathtub due to accidental drowning. The woman in this image is Whitney Houston, one of the greatest voices in music history, captured shortly before her sudden death shocked the world. On February 11, 2012, Whitney Houston was staying at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Los Angeles. She had attended a pre-Grammy party the night before and appeared publicly, smiling and interacting with fans and celebrities. To the world, she looked fine. But behind the scenes, Whitney was struggling with years of personal battles. Just hours after this photo was taken, hotel staff found her unresponsive in her bathtub. Whitney Houston was pronounced dead at the age of 48. This image doesn't show pain, it doesn't show fear, it shows a legend in a normal moment, which makes it heartbreaking. One photograph, one quiet hotel room, one voice that changed music forever. And this is just one of the photos taken just before tragedy struck. Fast and Furious actor Paul Walker stepping into the vehicle that, shortly thereafter, collided with a tree and burst into flames. On that day, Paul Walker attended a charity event for victims of Typhoon Haiyan in Santa Clarita, California. After the event, Paul left as a passenger in a red Porsche Carrera GT driven by his friend Roger Rodas. Witnesses recall seeing Paul relaxed and smiling. No signs of danger, no sense that this would be his final journey. Just minutes later, the car lost control, crashed into a pole, and burst into flames. Paul Walker was pronounced dead at the scene. He was only 40 years old. This photo doesn't show fear, it shows peace. A normal moment frozen in time, before everything changed. One image, one drive, one life lost too soon. And this is just one of the photos taken just before tragedy struck. One of the final images of Biggie Smalls, captured shortly before the tragic shooting that claimed his life on March 9, 1997. The man smiling in this image is Biggie Smalls. And within minutes, he would be fatally shot in Los Angeles on March 9, 1997. Christopher Wallace, known to the world as the notorious B.I.G., attended a music industry party at the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles. After the event, Biggie climbed into a black GMC Suburban, heading back to his hotel. This photo captured him that night. Calm, confident, unaware it would be the last image ever taken of him alive. As the vehicle stopped at a red light, another car pulled up beside it. Seconds later, multiple gunshots rang out. Biggie was hit 4 times. Biggie Smalls was pronounced dead shortly after at just 24 years old. This photo doesn't show fear, it shows a legend at the peak of his life. One image, one night, one voice silenced forever. And this is just one of the photos taken just before tragedy struck. One of the final photos of rapper Juiceworld aboard his private jet, taken hours before he passed in 2019. The image captures rapper Juiceworld shortly before landing in Chicago, unaware that this would be the final photograph taken before his sudden death. On December 8, 2019, Juiceworld was traveling from Los Angeles to Chicago. As the plane landed at Midway Airport, authorities were waiting due to reports of weapons and drugs on board. While walking through the airport, Juiceworld suddenly collapsed and began suffering seizures. He was rushed to the hospital, but despite medical efforts, he was pronounced dead shortly after. He was only 21 years old. Juiceworld was one of the most influential voices of his generation, turning pain, addiction, and emotion into music that millions connected with. This photo doesn't show a superstar at the end. It shows a young man moments before everything stopped. One image, one moment, one life gone too soon. And this is just one of the photos taken just before tragedy struck. This image captures one of Elvis Presley's final moments, snapped shortly after midnight on August 16, 1977. Tragically, the king of rock and roll suffered a fatal heart attack later that same day, passing away at the age of 42. In August 1977, Elvis Presley was still known to millions as the king of rock and roll. But behind the fame, his health was rapidly declining. Struggling with exhaustion and prescription medication, Elvis spent most of his time at Graceland in Memphis. This final image shows Elvis just days before tragedy struck. Calm, familiar, almost timeless. On the morning of August 16th, Elvis was found unresponsive in the bathroom of Graceland. Elvis Presley was pronounced dead at just 42 years old. The man who once filled stadiums with his voice was gone, leaving behind music, memories, and a legacy that would never fade. This photo doesn't show the end. It shows a legend still standing, moments before silence. And this is just one of the photos taken just before tragedy struck. One of Nelson Mandela's final photographs features him alongside Jacob Zuma. He passed at the age of 95. This image captures peace after a lifetime of struggle. It was taken shortly before the world said goodbye. After decades of imprisonment and leadership, Nelson Mandela's health declined. This photo shows a man who changed history. In 2013, Mandela passed away. A life ended, but a legacy that will never die. Subscribe to Untold Lives for more powerful stories the world should never forget. Thank you for watching.